What's going on, my Fly family? It's your boy Izzy. Welcome if you're new. So LEXIE Brown ended up getting on her podcast and just breaking the internet from what she was saying about the Indiana Fever, man. We are about to get into it. But before we do that, y'all make sure y'all hit the thumbs up for your boy if you like the content. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 21.7. So if you can help me out with that, I highly appreciate it. And don't forget to get in the comment section and let me know what y'all think about this. Let's get it.
First team we'll talk about is Indiana Fever. They were first in effective field goal percentage, second in pace, and sixth in net rating. New coach, Stephanie White, who came from the Connecticut Sun, and some notable personnel changes is the additions of Natasha Howard, Sophie Cunningham, Breonna Turner, DeWanna Bonner, and Sydney Colson. Thoughts, Mariah, about anything that I just said?
Well, we've talked in length about the Indiana Fever and what they did in the offseason, but I think they obviously are taking winning and capitalizing off of this Caitlyn Clark moment they have going very seriously. And I feel like this is exactly how you're supposed to react to having a star like her. And they made the playoffs. She was Rookie of the Year. She had a great year. Like, this all makes sense. I'm excited for them. The coaching change, I think, is going to be really big. Poor Connecticut.
They're
on the East.
Yeah, we'll get there to them.
But yes, but I think that it's going to be really exciting. I'm not going to call them championship contenders or anything like that. But I think that it's going to be... You think that they're contenders?
Yes, I do. I'll tell you why.
Wait. Let's talk about this for a second. What do you think is... Okay, when I say championship contender, I mean, I would bet my own personal funds that they are going to win a championship. I guess contending means they could, but like I think a contender is like, I would put you in there right now today. I think you will win.
Yes.
You think that?
I guess my contender means get to the finals. Yeah. I'll tell you why. So
yeah, get to the finals.
Yeah,
get to the finals.
And I'll tell you why. I think that there was a lot of misconception about Caitlyn Clark's overall game. I think that people got so caught up in her scoring that they didn't realize how good of a point guard she was in college. So I think that once all this...
Well, not to interrupt you, but she didn't get the opportunity to show that as much in college because she wasn't surrounded by as much talent.
But the plays that she was making still, despite all that, was like insane. But like people were so caught up in the logo threes and the 23-point attempts per game, which absolutely I understand that. Like it was so much fun to watch, but I always said she could potentially be one of the best point guards to ever play in the WNBA. And everyone was like, shut up, LEXIE. And I was like, all right. Led the league in assists last year as a rookie, which is incredible. So I think after, they take the inventory of the season, you look at what you have, they said, we need to give her a more elite supporting cast and potentially not as many players that need to be spoon-fed buckets. So that's no disrespect to anybody that was on her team last year. Like, obviously, they made the playoffs. They'd had a great season. But you have a Natasha Howard and a DeWanna Bonner that can just straight up go get their own bucket. And they're huge, okay? These are tall people, okay, guys? I think they're both like 6'3" and 6'4", right? So matchup nightmare. Sophie Cunningham has been playing out of position in Phoenix for like 3 years. So she probably will get to go play the three again. She's a very underrated defender. And now you have very elite rim protection in Bree Turner. So now you go keep Aaliyah Boston out of foul trouble, which means she's going to be able to stay on the court. So do I think that they are a contender? Yes, I do.
And let's not forget they're going to get Michaela Timpson. Now, if y'all don't know who this person is right here, I would say not really a part of the Caitlyn club, but really don't necessarily support Caitlyn like that. But get into what LEXIE was talking about. She was actually one of the ones who didn't understand Caitlyn Clark's full game. Or as Shaq would say, I didn't recognize your game. She was one of them, man. And, she came around after playing Caitlyn Clark and seeing how good she really was. And then she started giving her respect. So that's no knock at Lexie. I understand sometimes you have to see it up close and personal. You have to see it in real time to actually respect it. Some people can just have the eye for it. Yeah, she ended up playing against her, and her whole demeanor about Caitlyn Clark changed. She earned Lexie's respect. So, yeah, Lexie was one of them that thought that all Caitlyn did was shoot the 3 ball and score. Hence her 23s a game reference. I don't know why she still says that. Caitlyn Clark never shot 23s in a game, man. Never. It's just really cool to see that, like with Courtney Williams, now you have Lexie Brown, who is also in the WNBA, talking highly of Caitlyn Clark. I personally added Lexie Brown and told her that she was a pioneer of what needs to really happen in the WNBA, the movement that needs to be pushed forward for the WNBA so the WNBA can actually become a better league. I added her on TikTok. Straight up. Told her. After she came out and said what she said about the Mystics owner, calling her out on her nonsense, on hating on Caitlyn Clark on being on the cover of the Time magazine. Yeah, she ended up calling her out, and I said, man, you are the pioneer of what needs to be happening. Because the WNBA players need to hold each other accountable and not ruin what they are trying to build together. That's the main thing here. Now that you stepped up for Caitlyn Clark, I'm pretty sure you have more people talking about you. You have more people following your account. Let's just say, for the benefit of the doubt, that some of those racist people were Caitlyn Clark fans. Are we going to sit here and actually believe that everybody's fan base, every player's fan base, 100% good? Are we about to do that? Are we about to do that? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. There's bad apples in every bunch, right? There's bad apples in every bunch. I'm pretty sure I can take a fan of Lexie Brown and point out how nasty they are. I'm pretty sure I can take a fan of Sabrina, a fan of Brianna, Asia, Angel for sure. Angel for sure. All that rhetoric I was getting last year. Yeah, I could take a fan from every fan base and point out how nasty they are. But I will not say all those players' fan bases are nasty. I wouldn't say that. I'm pretty sure all of you can do that in the WNBA. I'm talking to the WNBA players now. I'm pretty sure all of you can do that. Yes, you can point out that somebody was saying some racist stuff, but I'm not about to say, oh yeah, man, Angel Reese's fan base is racist. Like, why would I say? I'm not going to say that, because she has people in her fan base that are really genuine people, good people, who like basketball, who actually gave Caitlyn Clark her props, who actually like other players within the league. The same thing with Caitlyn Clark fans. We have great discussions about basketball in my live streams. Great discussions. We talk about multiple players. We don't just talk about Caitlyn Clark. We talk about everybody. We watched Unrivaled together, and Caitlyn Clark had nothing to do with it. We literally sat there and watched Unrivaled together and had a great time. Had a great time. We made our bets on our favorite teams. We talked about jerseys, all kind of stuff, man. Another thing I want to talk about is just Lexie Brown basically saying she could be one of the best point guards in the WNBA ever, man. Which is true. Which is true. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, and I'm not Bill Cosby. Caitlyn Clark came in her first year and did these astronomical numbers. You don't think she's going to get better? You don't think that was just the beginning of something crazy? Especially with her being tired. Especially with her playing the most games out of all the women. She had no legs in this season. No legs. At least at the beginning of the season. If you want to get her to rest for the All-Star break, cool. But at the beginning of the season, no legs, man. Plus getting blitzed, getting guarded, the toughest out of any player. Like, dog, and you expect she's not going to be better with more weapons around her too? Oh, gosh. But anyway, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. I love y'all. Y'all keep it smooth.